Hello everyone, good morning. This is Ben and welcome to my channel. I am Worthy. So today's Saturday, beautiful day here, and I was able to go up to the mountains as you can see the video before this talk. And I put the title for today as The Mind. And basically something happened this week that I thought it's interesting to look at and see how our mind works. We talk about the body, the mind, and the spirit before. So a few days ago, I think this was Tuesday, when we had our meeting in a virtual setting. And after that, my boss called me, and at that time I was driving my golf cart from work to home. I was stopping by the store, and so I stopped the car, the golf cart, next to the road, and pick up and answered. And he said that, hey, there's something I need to talk to you about. If you're not busy in the office, come in and we can talk. We can talk. I said, yeah, sure. I said, usually at lunch break I'm pretty good, so why don't we, find a time. And he looked at his calendar and said, oh, Friday is a good day. So okay, so we set for Friday, which was yesterday. And in my mind, yeah, I'm in the office. He will come and we'll talk about things. But after I went to the store and came home, and I kept thinking of it. Okay, he needs to talk to me about something. He didn't really say what it is. And of course, this mind, this thinker, start to think about different things like, oh, so what's the thing? What does he want to talk to me about? Is there a patient complaint, or maybe I said something in the chat group that he didn't like, and all those things, because it happened before. I put something in the chat group, he didn't like it. He called me and we talked also. So I wasn't very comfortable. Again, fear, anxiety, those things come in with the mind working on it. By the way, some people say that fear, FEAR, stands for false evidence appearing real, right? So anyway, so that bothered me. And before I had dinner, I text him back and say, hey, so just so I can sleep well tonight, I'm assuming it's nothing serious that we need to talk about. And then he texts me back, say, LOL, it's very simple, nothing, right? So, but that's something that I want to talk about, is the mind. It's interesting how this mind go through those thinking and those catastrophic scenarios sometimes. And yesterday I was reading a book that I also presented here before, The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle. And in that book, he has a slightly different twist as far as his observation and the concept and the lesson that is presenting, compared to the other book, which is Conversations with God. He really emphasized on now and the present moment. He talks about, again, the mind, the thinker. So his message is for us to really watch this thinker and see what this mind, this thinker, is doing. And that's exactly what happened to me the last few days, where I stop and say, that's interesting, what's going on, and then he talks about emotion being more physical. And yes, when I was anxious, I just don't feel easy. And then you probably have a similar experience where you're anxious, your palpitation, having butterflies, so to speak. And he said that the body doesn't lie. So when you have something like a conflicting idea, for example, your mind is saying, no, I'm not afraid, but your body is doesn't feel good, you're anxious. So that is a more realistic, a more better description of how you're feeling in that situation, though. But anyway, so it's interesting to come up and think about that. And as far as the spirit, that's what it is also, is that we have the body, the mind and the spirit. And for him, the being, he used the being, which more correspond to the spirit that we talked about before. That's where you find the true love, the true joy, and the true peace. Unfortunately, that being is always covered up, controlled by this mind. And if we allow the mind to do that, yes, we don't have time to get into the core, which is the love, the joy, and the peace. And yes, he said that in certain moments, yes, like I always talk about my experience in Alaska, where I saw the glacier, it was like wow, right? So with that wow moment, the mind kind of settled, kind of stopped, and there's a gap there where you can get in and get to the being, to the core, to the spirit, and say, and feel that peace, that love, and that joy. And that's a true joy. An interesting concept I talk about is actually pleasure and pain. Okay, so that's the, again, in the conversation with God, there's the divine dichotomy, opposites and things like that. It's interesting, probably we're playing with words, but still, he put a distinction between pleasure and what we talked about earlier as peace, joy, and love also. So anyway, it's something interesting. I thought it's nice to have a little conversation. Maybe you guys, want to think more about it. And yes, as far as the book, it's doing good, and I already wrote my 7th entry this morning. I already have my ISBN number. I have my cover page. I downloaded the size, the format, and already registered that in Amazon Kindle Direct Publishing also. So again, that's another thing that is in my mind. How far do I write? Do I write for 100 days? Do I write a diary every day for the next year? That's going to be a thick book, but I don't know. And as I typed this morning when I was doing my chapter for this morning, is that, I am the messenger. I am the receiver. Again, based on the conversation with God, I'm the extension of God, and I'm not afraid whether I'm going to finish or not, because I'm using this experience to feel, to have that connection, to again train this mind so that I don't get carried away by this mind, and that's all it is. All right, that's the reason why I have this video, and hopefully you learned something today also. Okay, thank you so much, and take care. Have a nice weekend, and until we meet again, take care, be safe, and namaste.